Hey everybody, it's Edie and today is Lammas. I can't remember if I recorded an intro this morning or if I just kind of started vlogging, so I figured I'd better record an intro just to be on the safe side. And I do think I said this morning. I'm pretty sure I said this, but yeah, a friend of mine posted yesterday that she was doing her Lammas prep, and I was like, oh shit, tomorrow's Lammas, and I hadn't even recorded the Lammas Discovering Your Energetic Wheel of the Year video yet. I mean, if you're not familiar, that's a free series that I'm doing over in Edie's Cosmic Gathering place. It's called Discovering Your Energetic Wheel of the Year, and I go through each of the Sabbats and Esbats, just kind of sharing my associations and my process and the things that I do on those days. And I don't really share too much about the traditional meanings or traditional activities on those days, just kind of my own personal wheel. And there's a list of journaling questions and journal prompts for each of the days on each of the cross-quarter days and the Sabbats and Esbats on the Wheel of the Year. So if you're interested in that, then definitely come over to Edie's Cosmic Gathering place and check those out. So yeah, today's video is just a vlog style, and it's late at night now. I've completed everything. I've done my ritual. I've created all of my I did my corn dolly, and I cooked a feast, which is kind of what you'll see me doing throughout the day. So yeah, my Lammas is pretty much done. I'm gonna spend some time here in sacred space and just kind of do my own thing. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy spending your Lammas with me. Good morning, blessed Lammas! So today is Lammas. It is August 1st, 2018, and I had no idea that today was Lammas until yesterday. I mean, I know August 1st is Lammas, but it didn't register that today was August 1st. Until I saw someone else's post yesterday saying they were preparing for their Lammas activities. I was like, shit, tomorrow's Lammas. It almost passed me by, for real. So I have a list of things to do today, and I figured I would take you along for a day in the life video. I haven't done one of these in a long time. I'm sorry my camera's fogging up, but I just brought it outside. I was sitting out here listening to the sounds of the morning and eating my breakfast, and decided to do a day in the life vlog. So yeah, I haven't done one of these in forever. I figured I would bring you along to see how much I actually get accomplished today. I have a list of things that I want to do. I don't know how much of it I'm going to get done, but I'm going to get started. So come hang out with me today. So I came to Walmart to get some of the ingredients for the dinner that I'm making tonight, and I couldn't find bread flour. Look, there's like a run on bread flour. What the fuck? I know there are not that many people out there making homemade bread today. What the hell? I did find one brand over there. They have like 3 bags of it, and that's it. And I was also gonna make a cherry pie. And I was gonna make the whole thing from scratch and like pit the cherries and do everything, you know, like the real deal, but I'm actually not gonna have time to do that. So I found this, and it's called Simply Cherry Pie Filling and Topping, more like homemade, see that? So I read the ingredients. It's actually just real ingredients. So cherries, water, sugar, cornstarch, lemon juice, salt. That's what I would have added. Oh shit, am I on camera? Is it focusing? No. There we go, now it's in focus. Anyway, so yeah, it's just cherries, water, sugar, cornstarch, lemon juice, and salt. This is actually what I would have added to a cherry pie filling. There's no other like crap in there, fake shit. So I'm gonna get it and try it and see how it goes. Alright, back to shopping. Alright, the bread is in the oven on its first rise, so I'm trying to get my soup going. Oops, I'm off camera, sorry. I'm trying not to get the steam right in your face. But I've got some onions and celery in here. I'm getting ready to add some garlic clove, which is not easy to do with one hand. Well, let me just tell you. Oh, and I'm fogging up. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. All right, I'm going to try and add this garlic with one hand. Oh, my God. It is not working. I don't have enough strength to squeeze this with one hand. Hold on. Oh my god, if I try to do it with one hand, it's starting to burn my shit. Okay, so, onion, celery, and now just a little bit of garlic. I put 2 garlic cloves in here. I'm gonna let that cook for just a minute before I start adding all of the other ingredients. Sorry, I fogged up again. There we go. So anytime I cook for Sabbath, I try to only use wood utensils. That's just the thing that I do. I try to, you know, be as natural as I can, and I don't use plastic or metal or anything that, I mean, obviously my pots are metal, and I would use a cast iron pot. However, my stove does not allow me to cook with cast iron. Everything sticks and burns and messes up my pots. So I do have to use a metal pot, but I use wood and as many, you know, natural utensils and ingredients as I can. So I'm going to start adding my other vegetables, and I'm going to saute those for just a second as well. I've got green beans, peas, corn, and carrot. A chunk of carrot. I'm just going to mix all that around and saute it for just a second. Can't really stir it around with that clump of carrot in the way, but whatever. Now I'm going to add a can of petite diced tomatoes. Sorry, I know I keep going off camera. It's because I'm trying to actually work and film. It's not work going in my way here. It's hard to keep the camera in focus and actually look into the pot. So, got all that mixed in there. Now I'm going to add some chicken broth. I was debating on whether or not to use beef or chicken, and I couldn't find a beef one. They were out of the unsalted beef stock today. So, and I don't like to use all that sodium, so I decided to go with the chicken after all. Okay, so there's that. Now I want to add salt and pepper. Oh, I don't know if I can do this and be on camera. A couple of pinches of salt. Good pinch of pepper. Oh, I just got pepper all in my salt because I wasn't paying attention. God damn it! I'm gonna add 2 nice big bay leaves. Okay, and some thyme. That should be good. Mix that all around. So now I'm going to bring this to a boil and just let it simmer for a little bit. I have some pork stew meat that I'm going to add after this cooks for a bit. And I'm also going to add a bit of potato and some red kidney beans. So the bread is still rising, the soup is cooking. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm actually making like a vegetable beef soup, but we don't eat beef, so it's gonna have little bits of pork in it, so it's gonna be a pork vegetable soup. Anyway, so the soup is on, the bread is rising, and now I'm gonna start making my homemade cornbread. Oops, sorry. So yeah, the soup is rising, the soup is rising, Jesus, the bread is rising, the soup is bubbling, and now I'm gonna start making my homemade cornbread. So I just have the cornmeal and the flour and the other ingredients that I need here. I love Jiffy cornbread. It has that little bit of sweetness to it, but I don't like all the artificial crap that comes along with that. So I found a hack, copycat recipe for the Jiffy corn muffin mix. I've never made it before. So today's going to be my first time trying that out, so I'll let you know how it goes. I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed because I need my ingredients to be like, you know, leveled off and measured correctly. So I will come back once I have it all in the bowl. So I have all my ingredients in here, and if I remember, I'll try and link the recipes below. I just found a copycat recipe for the Jiffy Corn Muffin Mix. The bread recipe that I'm using is my bread recipe, the best bread ever, so I've created a video for that a long time ago. I'll link that below. And then the vegetable soup is just a bunch of vegetables thrown into the pot together. So there's no real recipe for that, but I kind of showed you what I was using along the way, so I just eyeball everything. So I am tripling this batch of cornbread. So I have done 3 of everything. And I'm gonna let this sit off to the side because I'm not gonna mix the wet ingredients until I'm actually ready to bake it. I still have to wait for the bread to rise again, and I can't use the oven until the bread has finished rising. So once that's done, I will then mix up the cornbread and pop that into the oven as well. So while the food is cooking, I want to attempt to do something I've never done before. Sorry about the weird shadow. I can't do this with one hand, so I set up the tripod, but I'm kind of blocking the light. I'll try and turn on my fluorescent light, see if that helps. Oh, well, that's a little bit better. Well, look at that. So what I'm gonna attempt to do, I've never even tried this before, so I don't know if it's possible to accomplish it, but I want to attempt to remove, ooh, I gotta check the bread. So the bread's been rising for about an hour on its first rise, and I'm checking it now to see if it's ready for step 2. Whoa, look at that. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Yes, precious. I love it when the bread rises. I wanna like lay on the bread when it's like this. It looks so soft and squishy. I want to lay on it. I want a pillow made of this. All right, so I'm gonna hold off on the corn. I'll come back to that in a minute because right now I need to take the bread out of here and put it on the counter, roll it out, and take it to phase 2. Okay, my pans are oiled. I need to oil the countertop. And you can see all of this in detail on my best bread ever video. I walk step by step through everything that I'm doing, my ingredients, why I do what I do, and everything. So I will definitely link that below if you want to check that out. So, funny story. This is like witchy goodness at its best, you guys, because when I was kneading the bread, by sheer coincidence, so I was listening to Dame the Bard today while I was cooking, cleaning, and doing all my lammas preparation, and by sheer coincidence, through divine intervention, it seemed, when I started kneading the bread, the song John Barleycorn came on, which I thought was super cool. So I already take a few moments whenever I'm making bread on anytime I make bread, there's usually some magic in it. But especially whenever I'm making bread on one of the Sabbats, I will always take just a moment to kind of consider where the ingredients came from and all of the, basically all of the magic that it took to make that happen. Like bread is, it's not just something you can go pick up at the store. I mean, it is, but someone has to make it. And before that, someone has to, whoa, way too much oil. Someone has to, grow the grain and then sheath it and grind it and take it through the processes that leads it to being the flour that I just go to the store and purchase, or the loaf of bread that you can just go purchase. So whenever I'm making bread, I always just take a few minutes to think about the magic that it took for that bread to actually be. That the little seed contained everything, and someone had to grow that seed. So I just take a moment to kind of reflect on that whenever I'm baking bread on the Sabbat. And it was just so perfect that John Barleycorn came on right whenever I was kneading the bread. Again, I mean, if you watched my Lammas video, if you're in Edie's Cosmic Gathering Place and you saw my Lammas video, you know that I don't necessarily, I don't know, not worship is not the right word, but I
I don't hold too much stock in the John Barleycorn story. I mean, it's a really cool story, but it's not anything that I necessarily, I don't know, follow. But I was just like, okay, I get it. You know, I was not gonna even, there was no way I could deny the, I don't know, just the divine intervention of that. It was just perfect timing. So I had the song on repeat. I played it twice while I was kneading the bread, because I knead the bread for about 8 minutes. So it was just super cool, witchy goodness at its best. And I was just like, okay, I see you, I hear you. I got the message, thank you. So yeah, so I'm just gonna finish rolling these out and putting them in the pans. And then they need to rise again before I can bake them. Just a quick note before I put these in the oven to rise again. You can draw sigils on your bread. You can shape them into, you know, John Barleycorn or a goddess or a sun, or, you know, any shape that you like. I always put spell work into my cooking, especially whenever I'm doing Sabbath cooking. So this bread is actually a spell. You could actually, like I said, draw the sigils on there, or as you're kneading it, draw the sigils in there and then knead them in. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind whenever you're making Sabbath foods. You can, I mean, you can always turn your food into a spell. You can always spellcraft as you're cooking, but especially on the Sabbaths, like that energy is just extra potent. So I always, always, always impart spells into all of my Sabbath feast foods. So I just wanted to put that out there. All right, these are going into the oven to rise again. All right, so back to what I was attempting to do before it was time to take the bread out of the oven. So again, I've never tried this before. I don't know if it's even possible. I don't know if it's a thing, but I'm gonna try and do it. What I saw was, and I saw this on Pinterest, is removing the ears of corn from the husk all in one piece. Oh shit. All in one piece. So you remove these very carefully. Look, I'm already fucking it up. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Anyway, you somehow or another peel all of these down carefully and remove the corn. God damn. Is this really possible? How did they do that? You remove it all in one piece. You keep all of this intact in one piece. How? How do you do that? These are fresh ears of corn, so they shouldn't need to be soaked or anything like that. You can do this with the like the dried corn husks. You just need to soak them in water. This is going to be for a corn dolly. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. So I want to try and make a corn dolly. I mean, I am going to make a corn dolly. I'm just trying to see if I can remove all of these husks in one piece and have the whole thing be her dress. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm going to try. I'm going to see how it goes. If it doesn't work, then I still have the corn husks and it's fine, and I'll just make it like normal. But you don't know until you try, right? Oh, it's down here at the bottom where they get tight. That's where it's difficult to get them out. So I'm not going to take it all the way down. I'm just going to peel them back until, yeah, just until they're not wanting to really give anymore. Like that. Like that. It might actually work. Holy shit. Alright, so now I'm going to try and break the corn off. Woo! I did it! Oh my god! Oh, look how pretty! Look how pretty! It's like a little flower. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take all of these back down the way they're supposed to be, facing the right direction. Tuck any little pieces in that got pulled out like that. Tuck them back where they belong. And fold all the little layers back down like they're supposed to look. Try and fix any little gaps or cracks. It's not not gonna be perfect, I know, but you know what I mean. Make it look as pretty as you can. Okay. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, yay, I did it. I'm so excited. That's awesome. So now, I'm gonna let this dry. Let that dry. Actually, I think I wanna flip some of these out. I don't want it completely closed up. I want it fanned like a little dress. So you just gotta play with it. Play with it, shape it the way you want it to look. And then let it dry. And I'm gonna do my corn dolly tonight with my ritual. So this will be nice to work with at that time. I just wanted to show you, I put it over a wine bottle so that it could dry in the shape that I wanted to dry in. So I just wanted to show you that. I'll be back. All right, the bread's been cooling for a little bit now, so I want to take them out of the pans and flip them upside down on a rack to finish cooling. Ooh. Look at how gorgeous. Oh my God, it looks so good. Ooh. Oh, look at that, perfect. 3 perfect loaves. I love it. Oh my God. So I'm gonna do the pie quickly. I had planned on making a cherry pie from scratch, but I just did not have enough time to pick all of the cherries and do all of the things that go along with making a pie from scratch. So then I decided that I would just cheat and buy a freezer pie crust and some canned pie filling. And I had never seen it before, but the pie filling that I found was actually, seemed to be all natural ingredients. It's just cherries and, you know, it's the can that I showed you while I was at the store. And I got home and realized I had not bought the pie crust. So I ended up having to make the pie crust from scratch anyway. Which is fine. I would rather make it from scratch. I just didn't really have time for that today, which is why I was cutting corners. So this is an all butter pie crust. We don't eat shortening. I don't cook with it, or, you know, I don't make anything that requires shortening. I will find an all butter recipe to make whatever it is with. So this is an all butter pie crust, and if I can remember, I will link it down below. Shit. God damn it.
You're not still.
Of course I'm still recording. Of course I'm still recording. They're used to that. I kept running my fingernail through the damn thing.
Jeez, they're used to that.
Yeah, they are. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yay. Okay. So I'm just going to pour the pie filling in. Not really sure what's going on here, why it's like all chunky on the edges, but whatever, I'm going with it. Hopefully it just covers the damn pie. That's all I care about. Look at that shit. Perfect. Yes. All right. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna pinch these together a little bit. Cut the edge. There we go. Beautiful. So the soup has been simmering for about 2.5 hours or so. And you didn't see me do this, but I actually added the kidney beans whenever I added all of the other ingredients. So you can see there's some kidney beans in there. And I just added a large russet potato. So I've got a potato in there. And you can see my little frying pan right over here, right there, the red frying pan. I'm getting ready to saute up some little pork nuggets, just a tiny bit to give them, you know, a little bit of browning just on the outside, and then I'll put them in and let them simmer low. But most of my juice has evaporated, and it, you know, it's Lammas, and it's all about the barley and the corn and the what have you. So I actually am gonna add a can of beer. We do not drink this. Funny story. So we normally drink wine, and if we drink beer, it's like Guinness. But my brother and sister-in-law and a couple of other family members were in visiting, and this is what they drink. So I still have some of this in my refrigerator. So I'm just gonna use some cheap beer. We call this American piss water because we don't drink the domestic beers. We only drink Guinness or other dark beers. So so I'm just gonna add a little bit of cheap beer, just really for flavor and to put a little bit more liquid in here. Now I'm gonna let the potatoes simmer. I'm gonna saute up the pork and then add those and let it all come together for about another 45 minutes or so, and then we can eat. All right, dinner was delicious. The pie was super yummy. I do recommend that canned pie filling if anyone is interested. And now I'm sitting at my table to create my corn dollies. I'm actually going to be doing a spell working in my corn dolly. It's the dolly itself is going to be a working, and then I'm probably going to do a tarot reading and some journaling, and just kind of sitting in sacred space for the rest of the evening. So this is the corn husk that I removed the entire ear of corn from as a whole, and then I have some other corn husks here as well. And I've never made a corn dolly with a piece like this before, and I actually just kind of like it as it is. I think I might try to do like a little face here. I never draw on my corn dollies, but I'm really digging the way this one looks just as it is. So I think I might try to draw a little face, just a very simple face here. I'm doing it in pencil first in case it doesn't turn out right, because I am famous for not being able to make symmetrical faces. I'm going to go back over it with pen. There we go. Can you see her little face? I know it's dark in here. Cute. So she's going to be one corn dolly. I'm just calling her complete. I would like to give her some arms, but I don't really want to glue anything on here. So I'm going to leave it as it is and call her complete. I love how she looks like she has a little pregnant belly, and actually I've never made a pregnant corn dolly before, but because of this spell working, I'm going to try and make a pregnant one. So I love that she already has that little pregnant belly shape here. So that's why I'm leaving this one just as it is. Now for my spell working corn dolly, it's actually going to be, I'm actually going to make the corn dolly. And I think I've done a video on this before, like how to construct a corn dolly. I'm not sure though. If I have, then I'll try to find it and link it below, but I don't know. I don't remember anymore. And I know it's really dark in here, but I am sitting in sacred space, and you know, I want the mood to be set, so I hope you can see what I'm doing okay. And it's not like I'm really doing a tutorial or anything. I'm just kind of sitting here sharing my time and sharing sacred space with all of you. So I do 3 of everything, so I do my 3 knots. So for the arms, I'm going to do something I've never done before as well, and that is braiding the arms. So I'm going to try and braid this tightly without messing up the husks.
I just have them tied at the end, and I'm doing a regular braid. So now I have a hundred. So now I have a $1 bill here, and I'm going to use this as a petition paper because I want this to be an abundance dolly. So I have a cotton ball in here. She's going to be pregnant for the growing wealth and abundance that I'm trying to bring into my life. So I'm going to write my petition on here and then fold that up and put it in her belly as well. Why is she not being pregnant?
What?
My girl, she's not being pregnant. She's just looking stupid. Alright, so to be honest, this whole pregnant corn dolly thing is just not working out for me. I can't get her to look pregnant no matter what I do, and I am having a hard time with the skirt staying down because I've had to adjust it so many times. So I think what I'm going to do is take this one, put it off to the side, and I'm going to come back to this one, the one that already has the big pregnant belly, and I'm going to work with it. So this is going to be my pregnant corn dolly here. And I have my petition paper here, and I folded it up into the shape of a diamond. And I'm going to tuck it up inside here. And I'm going to take some of the corn stalk and tie a couple of these little skinny strands. I'm going to tie the petition up in here with these. Ah, motherfucker. God damn it. I'm struggling with these corn husks today. Doesn't have to be tight, just needs to be secure. There we go. Okay, so my little seed is planted. My corn dolly, there we go. So now I want to give her some little arms. I think I'm just going to tuck them in under here. There we go. Oh, it's like she's holding her little pregnant belly. That's perfect. Yes. Yes. So I think that's pretty good. I don't think I even need to secure it with anything. So I'm going to leave that just like that. Aww, she's so pretty. This might be my favorite corn dolly ever. She's so pretty. She's so cute. I love it. Look at how long the little fronds are. So now I want to enchant this. I've enchanted each piece as I've kind of gone along, so now I'm just going to enchant the whole dolly. There we go. So now I'm going to go place her on my altar. So I apologize that it's so dark, but I'm still in sacred space and still doing ritual. But I wanted to show you what I have here. I'm getting ready to go outside and leave an offering by my favorite tree. So I have the first slice of bread that was cut. I have some celery. This was part of our feast. I have the corn husks from the corn dolly spell that I made. And then I have some dried thyme. This is from a plant that my son grew. And we have dried the thyme, so I'm going to go leave all of this as an offering outside. So my corn dolly is complete. Our feast was delicious, and now I'm just going to take some more time to sit in sacred space. I have 3 new tarot decks that I want to smudge and then place outside, well, not outside, but in the sunroom to be charged. So I will be cleansing each of these and then setting them outside for some charging and empowerment. This one is a deck that I printed for myself. This one is the Rumi, The Path of Love Oracle deck. I guess it's an Oracle deck. And this one is the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. I got both of these I got this one at the thrift store. I got this one at a yard sale. And I just want to take some time to smudge each individual card and kind of cleanse them. And this is a deck that I just had printed just of some images for myself that just came from the printer. So I kind of want to cleanse all of that energy off of it and then charge them. So that's what I'm going to do. I have my journal here. And I also have my tarot journal, so I will be sitting in sacred space for probably another hour or two, just kind of doing my own thing. So that is it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed spending Lammas with me. I hope you enjoyed my day in the life vlog, even though I didn't really vlog everything, just little snippets here and there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear what you did for Lammas. And I'm going to be posting the Lammas video in Edie's Cosmic Gathering Place tomorrow. It should have been up 3 days ago, but like I said, I totally had no idea today was Lammas until yesterday. So I have my notes, and I didn't have time today, and I didn't want to rush and miss doing something for my own ritual. So I will be recording and posting the Lammas video in Edie's Cosmic Gathering Place tomorrow. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me and spending your Lammas holiday with me and sharing your sacred time with me. Remember, if you like what I do here, don't forget to hit the little subscribe button. That way you don't miss anything. And then click the little bell. That way you get the notifications from YouTube letting you know that I've uploaded a video. You can find the link to Edie's Cosmic Gathering Place in the down bar below as well. Thank you all so much for being here. Remember, you are fierce, you are fabulous, and you are fucking badass. So keep that shit up, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.